Barry, 2019 has been a big year as far as environmental concerns are in Florida, haven't they?
They sure have. Everything from sea level rise to saltwater intrusion in your water to
spraying in your, pesticides into our water supply.
Glyphosate, and you're killing weeds, and plastic bags.
Plastic bags. In 2020, there's 8 Caribbean nations that will no longer have plastic bags. They're little countries, like Belize and Dominican Republic and places like that. But if you combine all of these countries together, they still don't have the amount of coastline that Florida does.
No, Florida has more coastline than any other state in our nation. In fact, it has more coastline than the entire East Coast.
It has more coastline than the entire West Coast also.
I know. So it's extremely relevant here that we protect our marine ecosystems from plastic, which breaks down and harms sea creatures both by ingestion and entangling them.
Why are we wearing these Publix bags on our heads?
Oh, you mean these Publix bags?
These Publix bags.
These Publix bags?
Yeah.
These right here?
Right.
That say Publix on them?
Publix, yeah.
Because Publix is the company that took away our rights to be able to control this kind of plastic and select substitutes that may be biodegradable or harmless to our environment. That's why.
That's a dick move.
For lack of a better word, yes, it probably is.
Right.
And the bottom line is they still continue to support court cases that keep those laws enforced.
All right, so that's why when in like Coral Gables, when they banned plastic bags and straws and styrofoam and so on, that it was overturned because of this law that was passed in 2008.
That's right. And originally the law was, the court ruled in Coral Gables' favor that the state hadn't done anything, so that's unconstitutional. They were supposed to follow up with some recommendations from Florida Department of Environmental Protection, which, by the way, recommends banning all the plastic bags for substitutes. And not only that, they recommend charging for any bags that people would take out. But
there are a lot of cool states that do that.
The biggest thing FDEP supported was to bring your own bags.
Right.
The same thing everybody knows we should be doing.
Right.
FDEP came back with a report in 2010 and showed that.
It's not just about bags and it's not just about Publix. It's about home rule. It's about living in we live in Isla Mirada. Key West has passed a law against plastics. Sarasota, Orlando.
Isla Mirada was moving on it.
Yeah, everybody's been moving on it, but
Orlando, Gainesville.
These stupid laws are in place to stop it from happening. So we have a few people in Tallahassee that in 2008. And by the way, this was the Florida Retail Federation, which is funded heavily by Publix. They threw over $500,000.
And the American Chemical Council, which is more or less the plastics industry.
Oh yeah, well that'll work really well for them. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, good. So they fund these laws to make it, mandatory that we use plastic wherever we go, and we choke on it, and we
ensnare marine creatures. We do all kinds of fun things with plastic unintentionally.
Right.
But that is the problem. As soon as the wind blows and I lose this plastic bag, it's going to end up in the mangroves over there, and it's going to wave at us until it breaks down enough that it ends up in the water, and then it causes worse damage to our ecosystem.
Well,
this is what happens every day.
Yeah.
Unintentional. But even worse, you know that only about 9% of all plastic is recycled?
That sucks.
Yeah. And
That's
do you
horrible.
know over 60% is burned for fuel, for waste of energy, which
what
is just
could go wrong there?
another example of we didn't know what to do with it, so we burned it, and guess where it went?
Yep.
Up there.
You're breathing it now.
And
awesome.
so we got more CO2 in our atmosphere because of that. So it's really harmful all the way around, and we have better choices.
All right, so 2019's coming to an end, and we're moving into 2020 now. 2020 is going to be a banner year for environmental protection.
That's right.
2020 means crystal clear, perfect vision, and I think that Floridians are getting pretty smart about the decisions that are being made on their behalf that they had no part of and that they wouldn't support anyways.
Well, exactly, and the people that pass these laws, they pretty much are not in place because of term limits. They don't exist anymore in Tallahassee. So now we need to stand up and object on January 11th
January
and 12th.
11th and 12th. Yes.
We're starting a protest. We hope that protest continues weekend after weekend.
What we're envisioning is at every single local Publix grocery store that where we can gather enough people. It doesn't take much. One person, two people, a whole Boy Scout troop, Sierra
troops,
Club group,
church
Greenpeace group,
groups.
church group.
That's right.
You know, I mean, we just need a group of people.
City councils.
Yeah, I mean, you know, all of our environmental leaders, everybody that's been working really hard for the environment in Florida, you know, we've got to save this
Come
water
out
here.
and say we want our home rule back. We know more about where we live than people that don't live here. We know how to take care of this. We happen to live in the Keys. It's an extremely sensitive area. We're acutely aware of what we're supposed to be doing and how to help this place. We're not allowed to.
Do you know how embarrassing that is?
Away.
We've got all of these tourists coming in from all over the world, okay?
Exactly.
And through the whole state of Florida, there's people coming in from all over the world, and they're used to not using plastic bags. They're used to not using styrofoam containers. And they come down to the Florida Keys and they go on vacation. They're like, what the hell are these people doing?
I have people come in from Colorado, from California. They're like, you still have plastic bags?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
We're so far behind and we should not be. We're aware what we should be doing, but we're not allowed to.
Well,
so we all need to object to Publix taking away our home rule, our rights to do what's best for our communities.
One of the things that we have coming up is House Bill number 182 in the state of Florida. The legislature starts on the 13th. Our protest begins on the 11th and 12th. And the purpose of our protest is to direct attention at these stupid preemptive laws that are in the book since 2008 that prevent us from moving forward. We need to get the governor behind this. We need to get the state legislature behind this. And I can think of no better way than embarrass the living hell out of this company right here. Call them.
What's that company?
That company is called Publix.
Publix.
And when you're organizing your little campaigns at your local Publix store, there's only about 29,000 of them in the state of Florida. Make sure that you take pictures. Make sure that you hashtag Publix. Make sure that you alert your local news outlets, your newspapers, your radio stations. Heck, get a radio station out there to do a live remote while you're doing your report.
That's exactly right. Play some music for you.
The more noise that we make, the quicker we can win this war, and we intend to win it very quickly.
So join us starting January 11th and 12th from 9 to noon. We expect to continue the next weekend the next weekend. And you're going to find there are some other announcements coming along. We have a lot of groups that are in this camp now. There's going to be a lot of people pushing in this direction. Please join us. Let's get the momentum going. Let's tell Publix, no, you can't take away our rights to make the decisions that are best for our community. Goodbye, Publix.
Save the date, January 11th and 12th, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Gather your local environmental enthusiasts and let's take a stand. This is the very beginning, and again, 2020 is going to be an absolutely huge year. By the time you see this video, it'll already be 2020. We wish you all a happy, prosperous, and environmentally friendly new year. Thanks for listening.
See you in January.